Hi all, thank you for joining us. I hope everyone is keeping safe. On behalf of Tech Mahindra, I welcome you all to our Quarter 1 results press conference for FY21. Request everyone to please be on mute. You can share your questions on the chat window and we'll take them towards the end. Without any further delay, over to you, CP.
Hi, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thank you and welcome to Tech Mahindra Quarter 1 Financial Year 21 results. Thank you all for joining us today. I'm sure you have all adopted to the new normal. You are staying safe and healthy. We all know that the world has changed over the last 4 months. Some of us have seen declines in the GDP numbers across countries. We know that the pandemic has resurfaced in a few countries. It continues to have an impact in major economies around the world. But the best part also is that somewhere the medical sciences also continue to improve and build on their capabilities to address this pandemic. From our perspective, our employees have risen to the challenge, both in terms of my video was off, and so our employees have risen to the challenge. They have, moved the work to home. Our employees have continued to serve the customers all over the world, and our employees have also contributed along with the company in various social causes, and we are clearly proud of the culture, proud of the people who have individually contributed, who have also participated in the company's schemes. This fundamentally company with the purpose meant that your company, Tech Mahindra, is now rated among the top 25 best workplaces by the Great Place to Work. We have also been recognized as one of the best companies in mega employer category. We have been recognized the best in career management. So 21st out of the top 100, number one in mega employer category, which means more than 50,000 employees, and also the best in career management. It just shows that people continue to be the focus of your company. We have about 5 to 6% of our people working from offices, and all those employees go through a comprehensive checkup called mHealthy, which is also antibody testing, and we have tied up as a serious platform where we are not only adopting the relevant standards or guidelines to create a safe workplace. In a way, we are redefining what a safe workplace should look like. Coming to the financial highlights for the quarter, I strongly believe that considering the raging pandemic, considering the world of uncertainties, your company has done better than what we originally planned for. The reason of the original plan and us doing better is very simple. At the height of the pandemic, the customer messages were, this industry closing down, that industry closing down, or that sector being impacted. But I think while we would have liked to do a lot more, but your company has been able to deliver a revenue of about $1,207 million. It's down by 1.8% year on year, down by 6.3% quarter on quarter in constant currency terms. So on one end, your revenue is down by 6.3%, but in constant currency, 3.2% year on year growth. I think what I'm very happy about is two things. Number one is we have been able to maintain or do slightly better despite of revenue falling down in our profit margins. Number two is that the team's focus on cash flows. We probably have a record free cash flow this quarter. So, overall, the company continues to remain focused on digital, remain focused on, the new deal wins. We won about $300 million of deals, $100 million in communication, $190 million in the enterprise business. Your company has also gone through every line item in terms of cost management. I think the levers that we have, your company has started working on those levers, and I'm very confident as we go along, you would see better growth. You would be able to see a much better margin management. The company is also to bring in a sense of urgency. Internally, we used to talk about TechM Next, and I shared with you what TechM Next means, which really means is next generation solutions delivered today. Now, to re-emphasize, there is a sense of urgency in the digital world. There is an urgency in customer experience management. There is an urgency to humanize customer experience, considering that most of us are sitting in front of the screens. We are relaunching internally what we call as TechM Next Now. TechM Next Now is more about adopting to the new normal, delivering future of the business for all the verticals where we are present, and imagining the future together with our clients and building it together now. So I'm very, very happy with our progress on the 5G side. I know that some of the projects are being delayed, particularly on the enterprise side about 5G. But as I said, 5G stack is almost ready. Many of you have seen the news reports about building that stack for India. I think your company is reasonably well prepared. So 5G, human experience management, and TechM Next now will continue to create opportunities for TechM. We are seeing, spends coming back in many of the tech sectors, mainly because of faster technology adoption. We are witnessing renewed focus on large-scale cloud migrations. Clients are repurposing and further spending time on their digital journeys. So your company definitely believes their investment in analytics, security, AI-backed platforms, automation, covered with a layer of experience management, I think will do well. We are making all efforts, and we are confident that by the end of calendar year 2020, we will come out leaner, stronger, and we will continue to stay invested in our 5G solutions and in digital experience management, human experience management. So I'm going to request Manoj to take over and share with us how we are doing on the financial numbers.
Thank you, CP, and good evening to everyone. So, as CP mentioned, our revenue for the quarter was about 1207.5 million. I think if I look at the constant currency drop of about 6.3% in quarter on quarter, now largely most of it is related to COVID, but even distinguishing between that, I think about 75% of that was demand led and about 25% came from the supply side, and I'll talk a bit more about that. If I look at the other things in the quarter, we had incremental revenues coming in. We completed the acquisitions of Zen3 and Cerium, but of course we have a seasonal weakness in our Comviva business, which kind of compensated each other. The other side of the story, if I look at overall enterprise, I think there was a 5% decline. Communication was slightly higher because I mentioned network services and BPS. Those are two service offerings which were impacted during the quarter, but I do expect, given the current trends, that they will start bouncing back in quarter two. Coming to the EBIT margins improved marginally for the quarter. They were about 10.1% at the EBIT level, at the operating margin level. So if I look at if I look at our margins, I think while there was a revenue drop which was causing a drop in margins, our efforts around cost optimization, our efforts around making sure that we relook and reimagine every element of the cost has helped us in actually mitigating it. We also had certain other positives in terms of the currency. About 60 bips positive was there during the quarter. We also had the seasonality impact of Comviva, which was negative on the margins. But overall, if I look at the performance, considering some of these negatives, which are kind of specific to us, I think we have done a reasonable job in managing margins. If I look at the other side of the story on Forex gain, etc., we had a decent Forex gain of about 11 million. Other income was up because we had some exceptional items in other income, which helped us increase our profitability during the quarter. And CP alluded that the cash flow was very, very strong. I'm happy to report that it is our highest ever free cash flow, and it is about 246% of PAT, which is the highest ever. Or again, this was helped by, of course, a big collection drive as well as certain tax refunds which we got during the quarter. But all in all, a very reasonable performance on the cash front. And because of that, our cash and cash equivalents went up by about 214 million during the quarter. What I will do is I'll throw the field open for questions because I'm sure there are a lot of questions. So without further ado, I think over to you, Abhilasha.
Thank you, CP and Manoj. We'll now start with the Q&A.